Let's talk about injuries. So let me start this off by saying that I have had so many injuries. I've had to deal with them since I was 6. The first time I had a major injury, I broke my wrist playing on the monkey bars. I was 6 years old. I had broken fingers all throughout elementary school, broken middle finger, broken index finger. I dislocated my pinky one year. There were just all sorts of injuries. We collected my casts. I don't know why, but I had a collection of casts. One of my more painful injuries was I broke 3 metatarsals. That is the bone in your foot. I broke 3 of them when I jumped off the stairs. I was a young stuntsman of sort. That was one of the more painful ones. But so I've learned to deal with injuries. This is just something that happens, and I have learned to work with them. But it took me a really long time to get to the point where I could be more optimistic about injuries. And a lot of those injuries that I mentioned, those are blunt force injuries. More so what I want to focus on in this podcast is injuries that are preventable, soft tissue injuries like minor muscle strains or tendon strains. We're talking first or second degree little soft tissue injuries, because most of those are preventable. Unless you are a high performance athlete, a lot of those injuries are really preventable. And so it took me a while to figure that out. But once I got that mindset, it made things a lot more helpful. And that's what I want to share with you. I also want to help you work through the discomfort and the frustration that happens when you are injured, because it sucks not being able to do your typical workout, especially if you struggle to establish an exercise habit and, you get injured and then you can't do what you work so hard to establish. Maybe you're worried about gaining weight again. Maybe you're worried about, all of those. Maybe your life just wasn't as good when you weren't exercising, and you're concerned that, you're not going to be able to do it. So one thing that I want you to understand and embrace as you're going through injuries is that they are temporary, and it might feel in the moment that you're never going to get better and that things aren't improving quick enough, but that's just not true. Most injuries you're going to recover from. And while it might take you some time to figure out what that injury is or what those underlying causes are, once you figure that out, you're going to be able to do the appropriate exercises. You'll have an estimated recovery timeline, and you'll look forward to being better as long as you follow that process and you don't rush it. Hope you enjoyed that. Click over here if you want to watch another clip from the podcast. If you haven't subscribed, click over here to subscribe and check out full episodes on any major podcasting platform, full video episodes on the Better Man Podcast YouTube channel.